Officially recording. Okay.
Officially.
So I want to welcome everyone to Tuesday training. If this is your first time getting here, my name is Sarah Thomas, and I want to thank you for coming here and hanging out with us tonight. So if you went through the topics that were listed, I think tonight was going to be reporting, but I'm going to change it up tonight, and we're not going to talk about that tonight. It is an important topic, but I think that there's something else more important to talk about. If you feel like, oh my gosh, you were really looking forward to talking about reports and that's why you came here tonight, feel free to send me a message. Offline, we can talk about reports. I'm pretty sure I probably won't get those messages. They are really important, but that's like really boring subjects. So let's see. So I'm going to start with, if it is your first time here, raise your hand. Okay, so others, have everyone's been here before? Okay.
Yep. Cool. We have some newbies, Sarah, but I think.
Okay. So if they hop on, we can just give them a quick introduction just so that we know where they're from and when they joined and all that fun stuff. Okay, so before we go into tonight's training, I did want to make an announcement and remind everyone, if you have not seen it on your workstation, that Scentsy Family Reunion registration does open up on April 1st, because we won't have another conversation, another training before that happens. And so I just want to make sure that you write that down, put that on your calendars, put it in your phones as a reminder. It is going to be virtual. Those of you who don't know what Scentsy Family Reunion is, normally it is our biggest event of the year that we get to go to a different state each year, and we get to be together and they announce all the new products and new systems, and we get giveaways. It seriously is like attending the live Oprah show, but Scentsy style. But obviously with COVID, they had to cancel it last year, and then early on this year they made the choice to do that as well early on, just to kind of help everyone to be able to prepare and things. But they did do one virtual last year, and of course it was the first time we had done that, and so it was kind of like, oh, how's this going to be? It was actually fantastic. I do miss being able to be in person with everyone, but I do highly encourage you to get registered for it and to watch it, because it was really good. Definitely exceeded my expectations. Those of you that have seen it and you were a part of it last year, if you agree with me, you can just kind of put in the chat that you agree, raise your hand, whatever. So it will be virtual. The dates are going to be July 19th through the 23rd. So between April 1st and May 2nd, if you register, you're going to get full registration access. And what that is going to give you, it's $43. That is going to give you all access training. If you're a director or above, you're going to get access to the leadership event. You're going to get a Scentsy Family Reunion 2021 Spirit Kit. I can't remember what all came in it last year, if other people remember. It was really fun. It's a fun box that you'll get in the mail with a bunch of goodies. It'll come with a shirt, a notebook, your recognition ribbons. It is a fun thing to get in the mail and open it up, and it's kind of like your own little personalized, not a whiff box, but it's a fun surprise. If you don't want to do the $43 one, you can get the training portion of it, just the streaming, for $11. So if you register early, you're going to get all the goodies. But if you don't register by May 2nd, then you will only have the option to do the streaming, and that's for $11. But the training was really, really good last year. And I think I have a lot of confidence that now that they have figured out they did a phenomenal job last year. Now that they know what they're doing, I expect it to be even better than last year. So definitely make sure that you do that. Let your teams know. It is something that you don't want to miss out on. And hopefully this is the last reunion that we have to do virtually. Hopefully we can meet in person in 2022. Any questions about that? No? Okay.
Sarah, we do have somebody that's new.
Oh, yes.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
We do have somebody that's new, Jessica.
Jessica, where is Jessica? I'm trying to look I'm trying to get my view on here to where I
Your
can
hand,
see
Jessica.
everyone.
Alright.
Hi, welcome. Where are you from?
Hi. So I'm from Kansas. I joined Scentsy, it was like June of last year. I live in Tonganoxie.
Oh my gosh,
And
you're like 5 minutes from me. I'm in Baser.
yeah. Casey's my upline and she's wonderful. And yeah.
Hey, welcome. I'm glad that
I-
you're here. You picked a
Yeah.
good to make your first one to come on.
Right. Well, I looked at the dates and I'm like, oh wow, the last one. Good job, Jessica.
Yeah, no, nope, you're good. We're here every Tuesday. Someone is here every Tuesday. Okay, so tonight I know that you guys have probably seen my post. If you have not, cool, this will be the first time that you're hearing about it. If you have, it's because it's so important, but I'm going to talk about the monthly movement. If you don't know what that is, they've changed it to be called monthly movement. It's what was called active in April in 2020. But we're going to talk about it tonight. I don't want this to be like, I'm trying to beat a dead horse, but you guys, it is seriously very, very important that you be a part of it and that you get your teams on board as well. So when this started last year, was right when the pandemic was starting, and we had a superstar director call, and we were kind of talking about home office really didn't know what was going to happen. Like, I mean, we're totally safe and we're set financially and all the things, but like no one knew what was going to happen in the world, right? And so we were just kind of having these conversations, and a couple SSDs were like, we wanted to make sure like our home office and all of the staff and employees and warehouse and all that, they're always there for us. And we wanted to make sure that it was like, how can we make sure that they don't, lose their jobs and blah, blah, blah. And so it started with just a couple small ideas on like, how can we like, what if we get consultants to like rally together and we do this active in April? Because it was March, right? Is when the world started getting crazy. And so they're like, what if we start this active in April thing? And what if we challenge all consultants to get active in April? Do your 200 in April. And those of you that were here, you're like, yeah, duh, we've heard of this. We know this is old news, but there are some of you that are new that weren't a part of that. But then there are some of you that, hold on a second. Hold on one second. Sorry about that. And so if you are new, or even if you weren't new, maybe last year, maybe you're not new and you saw it last year and you're like, whatever. So it actually ended up, and there are many of you that did participate in it, that had huge results just because of that little challenge. And it was a couple SSDs that said, oh, let's put some little challenges together. I mean, no one really knew what they were doing. They created a Facebook group. If you were star consultant or above, then you got to be a part of it. And so they had little challenges that, then we could go share with our teams and all the things. And I know that like our team exploded crazy last year. And I truly do believe that a part of that was because of the active in April movement. It really did change the dynamic of Scentsy as a company as a whole. And at first it was like, oh, did it really? Did it? But when they've gone through and they've looked at all of the things, and like it did. And the crazy thing is that last year when this started, like this was not done by home office. This was just consultants rallying together and doing this. And it just showed like, what we can do when we all rally together. So, okay. The growth was huge and many of you benefited from that. So last year it happened on a whim. Now coming into this year, it was like, okay, how can we make this even better? And how can we be more intentional about it? And so the SSDs got together again and they have created, you guys, I can't wait. I'm going to actually share my screen a little bit to show you. If you guys have not watched the video that they posted last week, we are going to share a screen because I want to show you a clip of it. But you are going to want to be a part of this. So basically what it is a movement. It's showing like what can happen when we get a bunch of people together. This year, they're opening up to all consultants. So if you have not seen my post, or you have and you have not gotten on there, you can either join through the Facebook group. Just find, oh my gosh, it is so sweet to see these babies like every week, like growing and getting big. Go to the monthly, or type in monthly movement, or if you go to the monthlymovement.com, it will automatically route you to that Facebook page. Now you have to choose to join. You also want to make sure that you invite your team member, or that you have your team members request. You can't invite them. If you just invite them, like, they have to go on and request so that they answer the questions. There's like 4 questions on there. If they don't answer those questions, they will not be in the group. So if you go to the page, don't just start inviting or adding people, because you're not going to be able to do that. But you want to make sure first that you're on it. So if you're not right now, I would recommend either grabbing your phone or pausing this and going on there. You want to get on there. This is going to kick off on April 1st. You're going to want to set your notifications. Most of my notifications on Facebook are completely off on all the things, but I have turned mine on for this because it is going to be so freaking good. Now they've come together. They've been working on this for months. They have tons of content. If your business is not where you want it to be, you need to be on this, because they are going to give you everything from parties. I mean, every area of your business, there's going to be something for everyone, no matter what level you're at. So if you're thinking, oh, I'm great at this and I've been doing this for 10 years and there's nothing new for me to learn, wrong. I actually got on their video last week and participated in something and got results from it. So everyone needs to be on there. I'm getting on there. I'm going to be doing it right along with you. But I mean, they are going to give you the content. They're going to give you the pictures, the graphics, all the things. This could seriously change your business for the rest of the year. This is what I want you to think about. Okay, so let me not get too ahead of myself. I did make some notes cover things. So you're going to join the Facebook group. You're going to invite your teams, or you're going to let your teams know about it. If you have a team page, put on your team page. I also encourage you to text them. Like, it is a big deal. This is why we are still talking about it, and we're going to be talking about it. You want to be on that. Here's the other cool thing. If you're a brand new leader, or you're not a leader yet, maybe you've been afraid to be a leader, this is going to help you. This is a place that you can send your newbies. Or here's another couple things, which I don't want to have a spoiler alert, which they might already have it on there, but they are going to have like Scentsy, I forget what they call them, but it's basically like a Scentsy opportunity night. So you're going to be able to, there's going to be a place, and there are going to be these meetings and like these Zooms that you can, if you have people that are interested, they've been sitting on the fence, whatever, there's going to be specific nights that consultants all throughout Scentsy land are going to have these open where you can send your people to, so they can kind of get a feel for the Scentsy opportunity without maybe necessarily listening to you. Maybe you're busy, maybe you're going to be working, maybe you're going to be whatever. So it's a place where like we're all going to be helping each other. So it's going to take pressure off of you. So one, if you're brand new, or two, you've just been scared to death to offer the opportunity. Well, here's your chance to, and you can be honest and be like, look, I don't even know what I'm doing. I just know this is a good thing. Go get on this. The other cool thing that they're going to be doing, and we're going to start doing these as well, are going to be, I think they're calling them like cubicle nights or something, to where there's going to be an hour, let's just say an hour, where there's a Zoom like this, to where we could all come here, like let's say, okay, from 7:30 to 8:30, we're all going to get into our Scentsy cubicles. These would be our cubicles or wherever, and we're going to work. But we're going to work our businesses while we're all here together. Because I mean, I know for me, it's easier for me to, when I'm with my Scentsy peers, to be like, hey, let's get together and make samples, or hey, let's get together and do this. Or a lot of times when I'm on the phone chatting with my Scentsy peers, we are, yes, online cubicle. We are, working our businesses, doing other things. So we could say, instead of us coming here for an hour and just staring at each other and talking, it's like, maybe you need to make samples. Maybe you need to write out your, it is called the monthly movement. Maybe you need to write out thank you cards. Maybe you need to, whatever it is, you're going to go to the online cubicle and, you know, we would all be working together, but working on our own things so that we can stay committed to that. So, make sure you're on, turn on your notifications, tell your teammates about it. Make sure that they are answering the questions, tell them what to expect of answering the questions. And let's see. Okay, I think that's it for that. So what is the difference between this year and last year? They have had time to prepare. There's going to be intentional content. It's going to be freaking amazing. We're going to actually see a little clip of one of the things that they're going to be doing that is going to, it's completely mind-blowing. And again, could completely change businesses for the rest of the year. Let's see. Here's a couple things I want you to go into it with is having an open mind, because you're going to hear lots and lots of ideas, and they may be things that you think, nope, I'm not doing that, or I disagree with that. That's fine. You're going to use it as like a buffet. You've got all of this stuff available to you. Take what you want. The other thing is, I'm going to just go ahead and set you up now. Don't get overwhelmed. You're going to listen to all the things, write down all the ideas, and then you can go back and say, you know what? I think I want to try this, 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 and this. But no matter what, I want you to commit to it for minimum the 30 days in April. There's going to be content every single day. The other cool thing is this is going to be intentional content, that they're not just going to let any random person go on there posting crazy stuff. So there's going to be intention there. There's going to be content that you literally can print out. They have created so much stuff for you to hit a print button. That is it. They've got it all the way down to it's sized up. They're going to tell you what labels to buy. You buy the label and all you have to do is print it. It's set up to where you can't even mess up the document if you wanted to. Like it's insane. So go in with an open mind and go in with committing to at least those 30 days minimum. I promise you. And if there was a way, I better not open my mouth yet. I was going to say, if there's a way that we could track it, I would tell you. I almost thought earlier, like if you really committed for 30 days and did not get a result, like I was going to say I'd buy a lunch. Maybe I should commit to a coffee or something, but I'm telling you, that's how powerful this is going to be. We saw it happen last year. If you did not participate, commit for 30 days. Do it for yourself, the 30 days. If after the 30 days, you don't want to do it, cool, but commit to every single day. There's going to be content. Every day you're going to go on there. Let's see. There will be some other surprises throughout as the month goes on. But let me just show you one of the things that they have put together that is absolutely insane, brilliant. What I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to go to the video that they did last week. If you have not watched that yet, I highly recommend you going back and watching it. It was a recorded Zoom. But I did try to find it right where I wanted you guys to see it. We might have to hear a little bit of pre stuff before I go there. So let me share my screen first, right? Is this what I do? Hold on. Wait a minute. How many of you, and you can be honest, how many of you have watched the video already? Okay, good. So this is going to be exciting for a lot of you. No, I'm kind of, this is like the one time that I'm like kind of excited and okay that you haven't, because I just can't wait. It's going to be, it's mind blowing. And maybe it's not for everyone, but for me, I was just like, oh my gosh. Okay, Peg, what do? I screen share and then I'll go to my screen. Okay. So we're going to hit share. And then what? What can you guys see? I can't hear you.
It's not sharing.
Okay. Do I go to what I want to share first?
No, if you click the screen share and you bring that up, it should show you like well, I'm on a Mac, but it should show you the screen then you could choose the screen.
Oh,
from there.
yes, it did right here.
Okay.
Hold on. 1 second. Nope, this is not. Hold on, guys.
Hold please, technical difficulties.
Yes. Okay. Dun, 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 dun. Nope.
I feel like we need Jeopardy music.
Okay, here we go. I know. Okay, so I'm just going to play a little bit of the
There we
video.
go.
Okay.
Okay.
Let me take this off.
And don't be scared. I know all of you, I heard some of you say, oh, I don't know how to do a QR code. Well, guess what? We have had a variety of consultants make very amazing videos that are for all regions. They're not specified with price. It doesn't have their name or where they live or specific things about a product. Everyone can use these videos. So if you're fearful of making a video or talking on camera, you don't have the right words, guess what? We've got it all for you ready to go. All you have to do is either buy a sticker sheet 8.5 by 11 or pick up these 1.5 inch by 1.5 inch or 1 inch by 1 inch square labels, run it through your printer, print. Whenever it comes out, you're gonna write what it is because I don't want to be scanning for days. I just want to know where it goes. You're going to go through and assemble your catalogs or a piece of paper, and you're going to place that QR code on the appropriate pages. So all it is, sending the paperwork with the samples, they can scan at their leisure, and it looks something like this is what they will see. Hold on.
Oh my gosh, I'm so
How do I get to the screen? Right here. Ready? Go.
Hey everybody, I wanted to take a quick second and tell you about two of the programs that I think are the coolest programs offered by Scentsy. The first one is the Scentsy Whiff Box. Now we all know how popular subscription boxes are these days, and we have our very own Whiff Box that can be delivered straight to your front porch. What is in the Scentsy Whiff Box? Well, it varies from month to month, but there's always some exciting full-size products, maybe some fragrances that haven't come out yet that you get to test before anybody else. Hand cream, samples of products maybe you've never purchased before. It is the coolest. I love when my Scentsy Whiff Box arrives at my door. It's a mystery what's in it, and I get to open it and try products that even I as a consultant maybe haven't tried before. The second program is Scentsy Club. Now, there's one thing that makes Scentsy Club super special, and it is the always get my bar promotion. Anytime Scentsy discontinues a fragrance, even if it's your favorite, you get to put that bar in your Scentsy Club, and Scentsy will continue to make it for you for as long as you keep it in your Scentsy Club subscription. How cool is that? This is just a little bit of my Scentsy Club stash that I get on a monthly basis that Scentsy continues to make for me. This fragrance was part of a special collection that Scentsy brought out, and it went away. It was only available for a short period of time, but I loved it. And so I was able to add it to my subscription, and it's delivered to my porch monthly. Now you can set your frequency for your Scentsy Club to be monthly, every 2 months, or every 3 months. And here's what's even cooler about the entire thing. If you have a Scentsy Club that is $60 or more, you can add the Scentsy Whiff Box for half price. And that could be a part of your club as well. If you don't have a fragrance that's been discontinued and you don't right now need to take advantage of Always Get My Bar, you still have the ability to take advantage of Scentsy Club. So any of the items that you can't live without on a monthly basis that are consumable from Scentsy, you can build a Scentsy Club around that and have those items delivered directly to your porch at the frequency that you set. Awesome, right? For more details, see the catalog or ask your consultant, and they're happy to explain it to you. Happy shopping.
Okay. Who's excited about that? Now, I did not play the entire video, so I recommend you going to watch it. So I just thought, well, some people may be confused if they didn't watch the entire thing. This is what, so when this launches on April 1st, they have put together for you, I think 6 or 8 QR codes that are geared towards a specific, rather it's the bath stuff or it's Scentsy Club or it's the opportunity. You can either make your own videos, or here's what happens. Say that I'm like, I want parties. Peg, you want to have a party for me? No, Peg doesn't want to have a party because Peg's too busy, blah, 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 blah. Well, guess what? This is how we're going to party. This is one way that we're going to party. You are going to print off your QR codes. You're going to take your catalog. I don't have one here, but you're going to stamp the QR codes. Let's say there's 5 of them. I think there's 7 or 9, but let's say 5. You're going to put the QR codes throughout the catalog. Now, if you want to make your own, cool. If you don't have time for that, and maybe that's why you're like not doing what you want to be doing in your business, you can use those. That video with Melissa Gratz, if you want to use their videos, it does not have her name. It does not have her info. It does not have anything to do tying to that consultant. Literally, you're going to print off that QR code. When someone scans that code, the video that you just watched is what they're going to watch. But they're not going to go to her. They're going to call you. So this is the new way that we're going to party this season. I'm going to say, Peg, give me 10 of your friends' addresses, or you can give them to Peg and she can disperse them, whatever. And you're going to have 10 catalogs that have all these QR codes, and they are going to pass them out to her 10 best people, or you're going to mail them to her 10 best people. Again, depending on where you are in your business and what your budget is, if you don't want to do full catalogs, you don't have to do a full catalog. You could take a product sheet and you could just post the QR codes on the product sheet, and you could mail it flat in a normal envelope for 60 cents or whatever. So you're going to mail that out to the 10 people, and that's how they're going to party. They're going to go straight to your website and order. You're going to set it up for your host. They're all going to get their catalog. I'm going to be, doing my laundry, going to work, doing all the things, shopping. But every time I go click on this QR code, I'm going to watch a new video, and I'm going to go shop my friend's party. And you're going to coach them the same way that you did before. But like, there's no home party, there's no bag party, it's a glorified catalog party, but it creates a lot more personality to it. Does it make sense? Does anyone have questions? Is everyone excited, or is it just me? Yes, please ask away.
Hey, Sarah, this is Jessica. So my question with the QR code, so can you make it unique for that host, or is it just unique to your website and then the person has to go to the host's party link to order if it's like an online party?
So you will be able to,
I don't have an answer for that. Is there something else I can help with?
well, we now have Siri on our Zoom.
Siri thought I was talking to her. I was not talking to her.
Well, we are glad that she does not have an answer. That's fun. Oh my gosh. She's so nosy.
Oh, man.
Somebody give her a website so she can join our team. She needs to be taught something. I wonder how many people can say Siri was on their Tuesday night training. So good question. You can make your own QR codes. So if you want it to be able to, and there's probably going to be a training on the thing that is going to show you how to make your own, I'm assuming. No, you want it in here? Now you're saying, zip it.
You can make QR codes. There is like a free QR code generator. So, I mean, you could go out there and make different
You can
ones.
do one even on Vistaprint easily.
Yeah. I mean, they're easy to make.
But what this is for, that may be part, I haven't seen their whole system. So that may be part of it. Like the final one may be, how to make your own to go to that website, because it would make sense of that. But
I have
they're the ones that we just watched the video for, those are going to be where you're going to put them throughout the catalog, so that like when they go to Scentsy Club and they're reading about it and they're like, oh, what is this? If they click on it, they're going to get that personal video where it's explaining more to them. But I do think that they're probably, if they don't have one, there will be one where they show you how to get it to go route to your website. Yes.
Melissa, what's your question, hun?
There's static and there's also active QR codes. I have active ones for my website, and there are static ones that I've created for certain pages in the catalog.
Okay.
Oh,
This is just going to, the video that I showed you, these are just going to be pre-done for you. If you want to make your own, you totally can. If you want to make your own, you want to custom, if you want to do your own video, if you want to do exactly what they did, or, you know, if Melissa, if you've done that your way, is totally fine. This is just, if you don't have time, or you feel like, if you're like me, and I'm like, I don't even know how to, I think I did create a QR code. I don't even think I use it because I am technically challenged. Technically, see, technology, I don't even know. Then you can just use their stuff. So like for me, I'm like, I don't have time to reinvent anything. I am just going to go get my squares that they told me to do. I'm going to, whenever they launch this, I'm going to click it, print out the QR code and stick them in my catalogs. And that's, yeah. So you can make your own, or you can use theirs. That's just a snippet of what this page is going to be about. So any of the things that you see on the page, you can definitely make it into your own. But if you feel like you're overwhelmed with all the things, and maybe that's why you don't do some of the things that you wish you did. I mean, I have a to-do list a mile long that I don't do, and some of it's going to be done in this training. So that was just, I wanted to show you one of the things that, one of the ways that they were helping, because I mean, there's going to be so much stuff out there. Like I said, there's going to be documents, there's going to be flyers, there's going to be all kinds of stuff that you literally, it'll be at your fingertips that you just hit print and you can use it, which is really, really cool. Because a lot of times the reason, oh, go ahead.
Did you see Nick did the laundry one? Have you seen that one yet?
No, I haven't seen all the videos.
Oh my God, it's so much fun. She,
Yeah.
you know, it's a Nick.
Well, and here's the cool thing. Here's why I like theirs, is because I've been doing this for so long that sometimes I feel like people get tired of hearing me, or they're thinking, oh, well, yeah, of course she's going to say it smells good. Of course she's going to say this. Of course she's going to say that, because blah, 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 blah. But it's like they're getting a new personality to hear it from. And so I can just be like, you know, 5 of my friends are going to be in this video, you know, blah, blah, blah. And they'll be able to, they're sharing their stuff. So they kind of get a way to hear from other people as well. But that's just a snippet of what they're doing, which to me, it's brilliant.
So is it just going to be on like the Facebook group, or is it going to do, are they going to do like a YouTube kind of thing with all the different videos, or is it just going to stick strictly private?
I think it will probably stay. I don't know. I don't know if they will end up then putting it on YouTube. For now, I would stick to that Facebook group.
Some of the links actually take you to YouTube.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's some of the links that you hit. I know some of the ones that Callie put out there,
Yeah.
they were in Dropbox, and then she had to put them on YouTube because some
Oh,
people.
I don't like that
leave in
Dropbox. I tried it once before. It was horrible.
Yeah, so she has the links, some of them take you
Oh,
out
okay.
to YouTube.
Okay. I'm just curious.
Okay, so Melissa's putting some good tips out there for labels on how you can make a combined purchase with people to save some money. So that is good. So who's excited about like that type of party? So, you know, everyone, we're all like, I mean, we talked a couple weeks ago about how important parties are. And seriously, you guys, like, as I've been really thinking about things and reflecting and going back through things, I'm like, parties are still where they're at. It's what's been in the industry for the last, I mean, as long as I've been in it, I've been doing this for 15 years. And, you know, people are parties. And then some people are like, oh, people don't want parties no more. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. 1, it's mindset. For 2, it looks different than it maybe did 15 years ago. But parties are so important. That is where all the things are going to happen. So we just have to think outside the box. We have to find new ways to party. And that is part of what this page is going to help, because there's going to be tons of different types of parties, whether it's a home party, a text party, a whatever they're calling this kind of party, a QR party. I don't know what they're calling it. But what I do know is that we can go ahead and get people on board to have these parties in April, because you're going to get your labels ready. So you've got the next couple of days to get these labels. And again, there's many ways to do it. It's just doing it. It's saying, okay, how can I take this system that they're doing and make it into how it works for me? Because I don't want you guys going broke and going into debt as well. If you can't afford to mail out, you know, the catalog party packs. Those were something that became popular. I'm sure they're going to show those on the video, but you know, those are, yeah, they cost $2 to $5. If you can't afford that, we don't want you spending your family money on Scentsy. So if you can't afford that, that's fine. Get creative. People don't care. As long as they have something tangible to touch and maybe a little something to smell, they're fine. So like I said, take a product sheet that you can fold in 3 flat, put your 5 QR codes or however many, it doesn't matter. It's just going to be fun. Guess what? If I were to get that in the mail, what am I going to do? First thing I'm going to do is take out my phone and people are going to start scanning those QR codes. But what do we need? We need people that want to say, oh yeah, I want to be a host, and you can send it to 10 of my friends, or drop off 10 catalogs to Peg and Peg's going to give it to 10 of her friends. And you know, we're going to let them do this for 10 days. And, you know, while people are sitting watching a movie, I mean, it is so hard for me to sit and watch movies with my family. I'm always on my phone when they're sitting watching a movie, when you're sitting there making dinner, when you're pooping. I mean, let's just be real. People get on their phones when that's what they're doing. So they can be scanning their QR codes and they can be shopping Scentsy, right? I mean, let's just be real. That is what happens. So they can be scanning their QR code shopping, and it's like, okay, well, Peg, while 10 of her friends are pooping daily, they're going to be scanning their QR code shopping.
They actually say that in the video.
Yeah.
They say that in the video.
She's going to be earning free stuff, right?
Call them pooping parties.
Huh?
Call them pooping parties.
Yeah, there you go.
While you and your friends are pooping, take the catalog into the bathroom and, you know, order Scentsy.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you got to have something in there to smell
Right.
other than your poop.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you know, come on.
I see Kelly taking this in a whole other direction.
So I just love it. It's a new way. Like for me, obviously I haven't been doing these kind of parties. So for me, it's a new way that some of the people that have been partying in the past, you know, with bag parties, like that's kind of my thing that I do, are the bag parties, but they want something new and different. And so this can be a different thing that I can present them. So here's how I presented and am presenting them to people. So we've got, I don't even know what today, when is the 1st? Oh, I almost said that first. So we have a couple days for you to get your stickers ready. I did post on our team page. They had already put out a little like, hey, gearing up, like here are some things to do to make sure that you have this, this, and this. Again, these are all tips. You make it work for you. The point is doing it. I have a Post-it note that says done. Where is it? It's over here. Done is better than perfect. That is my motto. If you go back and watch this video, they are all also going to give you permission to do that. I know that there are many people that think everything has to be perfect before they start moving, but that is not always the case. You have to start moving, and that's what we're going to do. And we're moving together. We're all committing to doing this for the 30 days, and it's going to change your business for the rest of the year. I can honestly promise you, it's been proven. It's been proven. And it's the top leaders of the company that have put this together. And you guys, the top leaders of the company have had every success and every struggle that any of you have had. If you've struggled with it, they have too. And it's been on the list on how can we make this easy for everyone. So I get it. I mean, I'm sure you guys get it. That's what we're going to do. So now, how are we going to make April successful when we only have 2 days left? Well, obviously your calendars need to be full. How many of you have full calendars? Be honest. Okay, so then what happens? Okay, so Peg has 3. Like, you can be honest, it's okay, because if you're sitting here saying, no, cool, like we need to change that, right? And that's why we do these trainings, and that's what we're here for, is to help you do that. So you don't want to go on April 1st and be so excited, like, oh my gosh, like these parties are starting and people are going to be talking about this, this, and this. And you're like, well, sucks for me because that's not working for me. I'm not even, I don't have any parties, right? I mean, how many of you are feeling discouraged? Like you're looking at April and like you don't have anything? Anybody? Okay, cool. Well, we're going to solve that. No one gets to hang up right now. But for the next 15 minutes, we are going to do, and don't get off of here. I used to hate these, but we are going to do a booking blitz. Okay, we're going to all do it together. I'm going to do it with you. And what we're going to do for the next 15 to 20 minutes is you are going to, hold on one second. This is my husband.
Look, I got my slips ready. I'm gonna message all these people and get some bookings.
Did you make them?
They are the drawing slips that you can get in the Scentsy store, and I had an event this weekend. So I'm going to message all of these people that filled out my drawing slips about
I
booking
got-
parties.
I
Will you
got a
help
whole
me-
bunch of stuff from the store for for events coming up, for like the spring and summer. And I didn't get them. I didn't get a tablecloth.
I
mean,
actually have there's a template. I think I have a template out on our team page. Like if you don't want to buy them, you can just print them out and cut them. You know, I mean, it doesn't have to be.
I'd rather do that.
Peg,
Collect people's data.
Yeah.
will you share some of those with me?
What?
Your
These?
The customer
Okay, sorry
guide?
about that. So here's what we're going to do. I know probably you guys are like, oh my God, this is so annoying. And I know because I used to hate these things. But I'm telling you,
Contacts?
I promise you that they do work. So we're going to do it texting style because most people have their phones. If you want to call people, you totally can, whatever going to work for you. But I did participate in this the other night and I thought, oh my God, this is so annoying. But I'm like, I will never ask you guys to do things that I am not willing to do. And so when I did this the other night, I ended up booking 3 parties. I'm going to tell you what to say to these people. I ended up booking 3 parties and I think group wide, I don't know, it was like 200 plus parties and that's just what they could count. And this was in like 20 minutes. So this is what we're going to do.
Can I use Amy?
Huh?
Can we use like our Amy cut for the customers and that?
Yeah, sure. Do whatever you want to. This is what, whatever's going to work for you because everyone has their own system. But here's what you're going to do. You are going to, this is what I said to people. And then you can make it in your own wording. So I'm just going to use Peg. So basically I would have said to Peg, well, I mean, I can pull up one of my messages. Let me just pull one up because then it'll be real. Let me pull one to, now, mind you, just like you guys are sitting here, this is new that you just heard this. I was sitting there thinking the same thing, like they're going to ask me questions. They're going to ask me, how does this work? How do I do this? How do I do that? You don't have the answers to that tonight. And that's okay because we don't have the answers to all of that until April 1 when this whole thing kicks off. So let me just go to a real life, what happened the other night, and I will share with you how easy this is. Okay, so this is what I said to someone. I put, hey, I need another guinea pig favor. Okay, so this was someone that I used last year when all of this happened. And I wanted to do online bingo parties because I had not been an online partier before. And I'm like, oh crap, now we've got COVID. I'm going to have to learn how to do this. Did not have a clue what I was doing. So what I would say to them is, I need a guinea pig. You're not obligated to anything. And they're not. Like, I just need practice. So this is a girl that I reached out to last year when the world got crazy and I needed a guinea pig. But I didn't even last year, I didn't use the word guinea pig, but I said to her, I need a guinea pig favor. I'm starting a new party style and this is just how I talk, but need some peeps to be guinea pigs. I'm not just asking anyone. I'll be doing 99% of the work. Would you be able to do one in April? So, you could say different. I mean, who else has other wording? So for me, it was just a simple like, hey, I'm starting a new party style in April. Do you want some free Scentsy? Or, hey, I'm starting a new party style in April and I'm looking for some guinea pigs. Will you commit to it? Or I need guinea pigs for, I mean, whatever word you want to use. I think last year I just said something like, hey, I need, I'm looking for 4 people that will be like party testers for me in the month of April. And there's no obligation. Like I told them last year up front, there's no obligation and there's no obligation here. The worst thing that's going to happen is you give out 10 catalogs or you give out 10 product sheets. The worst case scenario is you mail these out and no one orders anything, but let's be real. That probably is not going to happen. So basically it was, I have a new party style. I'm looking for some guinea pigs, or I'm looking for some party testers, or I'm looking for some peeps that can help me out in April. There's no obligation to you. And I think last year I said I needed some online practice, whatever your wording's going to be. And then she did start asking me questions. Is it online? Is it this? Is it that? And I told her, I don't have all of the details put together yet. This will be going on in April, and I'll keep you posted in the next few days. And she was like, okay, sure, put me down. So tonight, all you're asking for is someone to commit to letting you put them on a list to be a party tester in April for this new style of party you're doing. So in 1 minute, if you haven't already, we're going to start messaging people. And then I want you to, and I'm doing it with you. Let's do it for, we'll do it on here for like 15, 20 minutes. We'll do it 20 minutes. We'll go till 8:45 if that's okay for everyone. If you have to go, that's fine, but you should not. Don't do it don't leave because you're scared. I know it's scary and I know this sucks, but you'll get results and we want to grow our businesses, right?
Can you say what you said again?
Yeah, here, let me type it. Sometimes I do better typing it. Let me type it to everyone. Okay, so I put, hey, I'm looking for a couple people in April to try out my new party style to earn free Scentsy. It should say, can I mark you down to be a tester? That's it. Short and sweet. So we're going to do this together. We're going to stay on here. So as your people are responding to you, if you have questions, then you can post here, but let's go ahead and get started. And then as you like book one or someone says yes, all you're looking for is the yes, then we're going to keep track and see how many we do. And so we're going to do this together. So it's going to be like awkward silence, but that's okay.
You should play some music.
I know. Does someone have something? Where's Siri when we need her? Or if someone has music, play it.
Me and Melissa are probably about to blow up the same people. Because we have so many of the same people and they're probably going to get 2 texts. You take half the family, I'll take the other half. All right. You take the M's, I'll take the Ace.
That's awesome. You go A through M, I'll take A through Z.
We have too many family friends that we both, you know what I mean? And they buy from both of us all the time.
Okay, so Sarah, I just messaged, I have 3 people that have the Jack Skellington that is
hold on.
available.
When you just said that, I'm so sorry. No group messages. Do them one at a time. That just reminded me. Okay.
So I have a bunch of people who have Jack Skellington now available to order. It's come up, their pre-sale has come up. So I messaged those people and said, hey, if you're interested in hosting a party in April, when you cash out your Jack Skellingtons, that can go towards your party earning rewards. So I just messaged those folks. So that's a tip too, if you have people who did the pre-order.
And again, you're not putting any pressure on them. Like they're not expected to do anything. You're just wanting practice. Oh, and as people say yes, feel free to say, I got one.
I just got one.
Yay.
My girl with the Jack Skellington's booking.
So what did you say? What was the wording you used?
So I sent her a message and I said,
look at that. Lauren's got 2.
all right.
Patty's got 2.
I
Melissa,
said, hey,
is it
Kim, did you
Mahan
get
or
the,
Mahan? Melissa. Mahan. Okay. I couldn't hear you, but
can you hear me? I know I keep breaking up.
Okay, now try Peg.
That Jack Skellington is now available. And she said, no, I didn't. That's the one I put the deposit on, right? And I said, yeah, you can go onto the website and there'll be a drop down. Told her how to get it. And I said, but wait, before you do that, would you be interested in hosting a party in April? You could put this towards your order. She told me she's too busy at work. It's tax season. I wouldn't have the time. And I said, well, they can just order online. All you have to do is invite them to a Facebook party. And she said, oh, all right, fine. I'll give it a shot. So
there you go. Now, for me, I didn't know 100% like how this was all going to work out. Like, obviously, we would set their parties up on PWS, but you know, it's going to be a little bit different. And I wanted to see all the details on how the monthly movement people were doing it. Oh, good. Patty got another one. And so I, when they would ask me questions like, oh, is it going to be this or that? I would just tell them like, I'm not 100% sure like how it's all going to work out. I'm still working on the details, but I'll let you know in a few days. I just needed them to tell me, yes, I'm putting their name on the list.
Got another one.
Yay. So here's another wording. Sometimes I just get like random wording to my brain. So here's something else I used to someone. I was letting her know like her scents were ready that she had. So I was just like, hey, I should be out and about this week if you want to meet up to get your scents. I put also, I'm looking for a couple people to be guinea pigs in April for a new party style I'm doing. Would you be interested? It comes with an opportunity to get free Scentsy. Now this girl has never hosted before, so we'll see what she says. This one I said, hey, I'm looking for a couple people to test out a new party style that I'm starting in April. It comes with the opportunity for free Scentsy. Interested in being a party tester? So like sometimes I just have to send them out until I get like the wording that I like, and then I just go with it. Oh, so here's a response. LOL, you know how my parties go. No one ever shows up. Well, guess what? We don't have to do that this time.
So for mine, I just said I was looking for a couple of girls who could try out and practice a new party style. It's called a QR party. There's no obligation. All I need is some help handing out some catalogs. Can I send you 5 or 10?
I love it.
And I'm up to 5 now.
Nice.
Now I got to see how many catalogs I have on hand.
I know, right? See, and this is where my done is better than perfect comes in, because I'm like, I don't know the details. I don't have the details. I don't have my catalog, or I don't have my labels yet. I don't know if I have enough catalogs. I know I have some product sheets, but if I have to order them and the parties have to be like mid-April, cool. But they are on my list and it's going to happen in April, right? Because like this style, you only need, I mean, 5 to 7 days, really.
So I have a question. So are you still doing like the whole Facebook group and like all that? Because I feel like they are so, what's the word? Like they're just so done.
What
Like
Facebook group?
with like doing like the, like, would you still do like a Facebook group where you add people to it and all that jazzy stuff? Or are you strictly just doing, here's your catalogs, order online, have a nice, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no.
In
So
so
I
many
think it
words.
depends. I think it depends on you, what you want to do. And I think it
Yeah.
depends on what your host wants to do. Because if you personally are over right now doing, you know, there's seasons, like there were seasons where I didn't want to do, well, there were seasons where I couldn't do a home party and then I wanted to. Like if you personally, let's be real,
I'm
Facebook parties
completely
take a
I'm
lot of,
completely
they
over
take a lot of
Facebook.
work, huh?
I'm completely over Facebook
Yeah.
party
So if
because
you're
I
over
feel
it,
like I put too much energy in it to not get anything in
the
return,
results you
really.
want.
And because of like the algorithms, and now like I'm having issues like tagging people in my groups. Like I can't tag. You used to be able to like tag like 99 people at one time to a post, and now it only lets me do like 10. Like only 10 people show up. So
Yeah.
they just keep changing too much for me, and they
So
control
then,
everything that you see. You post stuff, nobody responds to it. It's just, it's
so
aggravating.
then you, so you are in control of it because your host, no different. And so it may be, so sorry, my husband's blowing me up.
Because I want to get
Oh.
away from that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like this is good for me because I don't
Yeah.
want to do it
So
anymore.
then you say, you know what, like I'm not really doing Facebook parties right now. Like this is just a new style that I'm doing. So if you personally don't want to do the Facebook parties, then don't do the Facebook route. I honestly haven't sat and really like thought about how I feel like for me a Facebook party is going to be separate than this. I feel like this is going to be a whole nother style, you know?
Okay. Yeah.
Great question. Stephanie, I love your comment. So here's the cool thing. The girl that messaged me back, that's what she said too. You know how my parties go, no one ever shows up. Well, here's the cool thing. This is what I'm saying to her. I hadn't finished it yet. Let me finish it and then I'll read to you what I said.
I got a yes for April.
Yay!
Oh, I got 2 for April.
Yes.
Just got another one.
Yay!
All my people must be asleep because nobody's texting me back.
Yet.
Well, it is getting close to your bedtime too, Melissa.
Definitely true. 9 o'clock, I'm out.
So this girl is someone who I went to high school with, so I can say this to her. But so what I said to her, you could always keep out the last part, but I said, LOL, this style isn't in person. I mail your peeps what they need for happy shopping from the comfort of their home, car, work, or bathroom. With a bunch of like funny emojis. Because the other thing is, think about how easy this is going to be flipping people, or, you know, this is another way when people are like, oh, I don't have time, blah, 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 blah. You don't have to. Literally, you're going to stamp some stickers on some stuff and you're going to mail them out to your peeps. She put, okay, I'm in. So yay, I got one.
I got one too.
Yay. And again, if you're wondering like, oh my God, now all these people are saying yes, now what are we going to do? We're going to know what we're going to do come April 1st. You just want to make sure that you at least have your catalogs and your labels to print, which I have to, Peg, what was the size on that? Do you have your labels yet?
It was 1 by something.
1 by
Like,
1.
were different ones.
1 by 1 labels, were they?
Yeah, 1 by 1 squares.
1 by 1 square. And where are you guys ordering yours from?
I actually was using my regular labels and cutting them in half.
Oh, okay, cool.
I got mine from Amazon.
Okay, cool.
I'm an Amazoner. So I just ordered a pack of catalogs, but I only ordered one. So do they recommend having like a crap ton or just
You
whatever?
can, however it's going to work for you. You know, it may even be to a thing because that can get expensive. So, I mean, you literally could take a product sheet and just put them on it for fun, like color on it, like make that product sheet for fun. Because the thing is that the product sheet, yeah, they're going to get a small glance at it, but the goal is to just get them to do that QR code, because what you're going to want is, and I think that this will probably come in the trainings, like the hope is, and if it doesn't, then we'll come up with our own, like you're going to want to capture the information from these people. And so you're going to, it's not like we're just going to mail these to 10 people in the mail and never talk to them. You're either going to be guiding your host on what to then reach out to those people, or you're going to be getting those people's contact info and then you're going to be reaching out to them and you're going to be following up, and then the whole host coaching on like, what's your favorite thing, blah, blah, blah. You know, I'm hoping that I will just coach my host into doing all of the reaching out and the following up, like, oh, did everyone receive their packets, you know, to my host. So like, let's say you're my host, Lauren, it's like, you know, hey, everyone should have gotten their packets by now. Like, you know, send out a quick text on if they got them, what are they thinking? Are they excited? What's everyone's favorite things? And just being in contact with her, because really what you're doing is you're coaching her into being a consultant, because she's doing all the things, right? She's going to be reaching out with her 10 peeps on what's your favorite thing? What's your this, which all the things that we do as consultants. So then when we can offer her the opportunity and she's like, oh, I don't know. It's like, girl, you did all the work, you know? So depending on how this goes, I mean, for me personally, like, again, I want this cost effective. I may start out with giving each of my hosts a full-blown catalog. I'm stingy with my catalogs. So my host may get the cute little fancy catalog pack, and then I may just get a normal, the colored, like Peg has them, the colored envelopes. And do my product sheets with the codes on there, but make like that as flat as I possibly can with some fun stuff in there to where they're still excited when they open it, but like they go to my website to actually do their shopping. You know what I mean?
Sarah, one of the things that they had said is you can just get like a half a sheet of paper, you know, it's like an 8x10 sheet of paper, cut it in half and just put the QR codes on it. And like, you know, again, do something fancy, whatever, with the sheet of paper and include that with the product sheet. So it'll mail for one stamp.
Yeah. I mean, do I want to mail out 10 $5 catalog packs? Not right away. I mean, obviously, when, you know, this turns out so great and we're making a gazillion dollars and these are huge parties that might be cost effective, but we also, I mean, you know, we want it to be cost effective as well. So as I'm sitting here thinking about it, I'm probably going to definitely send my host a fun little cute party pack with the catalog and all the things. And then her guests are probably going to get the flat, something flat, even if I put even a scent circle or something, you know what I mean? We will definitely, what I'm thinking about doing is like, we'll definitely be chatting these up on our pages and stuff so that we can all kind of figure out like what's working and not on those who are really committed to this, at least for the 30 days.
Okay, I'm posting on my group page, who wants to host a poop party?
I love it.
And I'm putting curious, comment below.
I love it.
We'll see.
Yeah, I mean, it really, it's just stepping outside the box, thinking outside the box. Okay, so far, and we probably have more. Hold on, let me go back to Stephanie. Stephanie, did that help you with your response? Okay, Kelly, bye. Love you. Oh, she's gone. She gone. Okay, yes, she had put thank you. Okay, good. And so also, Stephanie, with you know, people will say that like, oh, I'm gonna reach out to everyone and see what they say. Da, 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 da. You could also say to her like, hey, let's just try it out. Like, there's no obligation to you. I'm just looking for the practice. And so this would definitely be one if you are a little hesitant on like, hey, in the past her parties were that they were busts, that I would definitely probably get her the catalog, but then maybe just do the product sheets to them. But I think this could be a great way to encourage her to say like, hey, let's just try it. I mean, there's nothing to lose. Like, I'm just going to mail them some fun stuff, you know, and if anything, throw in some flat felt samples with those, you know, and just, I think by letting them know that there's no obligation to it, you're just looking for practice, because then they feel like, okay, I'm helping my friend out. If someone messaged me and said, hey, I'm looking for a new way to try things, like, will you be my guinea pig? Will you let me try this out? Sure. Don't know how it's going to go for you. That's actually how I got into Scentsy. I had someone who would not leave me alone about a party. And I finally said to her after like 40 no's, fine, I will have one, but I don't know how it's going to turn out. I love candles. My people love candles, but yes, I will have one. Bring your stuff to my house. And luckily for her bugging me 40 times and me finally saying yes, so she'd leave me alone, it all worked out. Yay, Melissa, good job. 6 out of 7. Love it. So I'm still waiting on some of my peeps to respond, but I got one. So we have 1 more minute. Exactly, Stephanie. Nothing to lose. And if they're absolutely like, nope, won't have one, maybe you come up with, and this is another idea, if you guys want to maybe come up with a word swag, you can download the word swag app, just do the free version. You don't have to do the pro. And maybe you make up a fun little template that says like, my friend is looking for, you know, a party tester to earn possible free Scentsy in April. And maybe you just say to them like, hey, that's cool. If you don't want to obligate to it, like, would you send this to 10 of your friends? And that is hard. That is really hard to do. That is the one thing that I honestly am working on myself. I hate asking people for referrals. But We have to ask. The only thing that they can say no, and we just don't need to be afraid of the no, but you never know when, if someone asked me to do that, I would totally do that. So I don't know why I'm afraid sometimes to say to people like, oh, well, will you forward this on? You know, will you ask 10, you know, your friends if they would maybe be interested? I think we just don't want that rejection, because I know for me, like if someone asked me to do it, sure, I'll message this out to 10 people, not a big deal, you know, so. Okay, so it's 8:45, so we will conclude this session here, but if you, it looks like what I have been able to keep track of, it looks like we booked 18 parties in 20 minutes as a group. You guys, it's freaking awesome. And it's just a matter of, we just took the time to be intentional and to ask people. And so we are definitely going to be doing these online cubicle trainings, and we're not going to do a booking blitz every time. But I do want to thank you guys for staying on here, because I know that, I mean, I've been doing this 15 years, and every single time I would hear the word booking blitz, I'm like, oh my God, I just want to run. But you know what's crazy is that like 15 years ago when we did this, they would make us dial. They called them dialing for dollars. And for an hour, we would do this. We didn't even have Zoom. So, I mean, some of you probably have done this 15 years ago. I guess we did have our cell phones, but we probably had landlines too. But we would have to call for an hour. So we'd get on, we wouldn't have this. It would just be like a Yahoo conference call line, and they'd pep us up and say all this fun stuff. And then we'd all get off the phone, and they'd call it dialing for dollars. And we would have to call people on the phone and ask them for them. And then we'd do it for an hour, and then we'd get back on and report our things. So I love texting way better. This is way more fun for me personally. And I know it feels scary and outside your comfort zone. And if you felt like when I said we're going to do a booking blitz, you were like, oh my God, this sucks. Da, da, da. Kudos to you for staying on and for participating. If you have not gotten a yes, just remember you have not gotten one yet. Your people are responding. They're going to respond. Keep this going. If you don't want to, I know in some areas it's getting late. This is a perfect time now for you to go back and reevaluate that list of 100, your list of people that are on your Facebook, your list of, again, you're just looking for party testers in April. Who wants to be one? I normally in my messages will say like, oh, I'm looking for 2 to 3 people, because then they feel like, oh, okay, I'll be one of the 2 to 3. Well, 2 to 3 people can be my message to 50 people. If you don't have one yet, keep going. If you don't get anyone to respond in the next couple of days, please reach out to us. Don't get discouraged and be like, well, guess no one's going to have a party for me. No, that is not true. We're going to keep asking. Sometimes it's wording, sometimes it's who you're asking, sometimes it's how you're asking. There's always fixable ways. But freaking 18 parties in 20 minutes is pretty freaking incredible. So yay. And I'm more happy that you guys didn't like hang up. Bye. Gotta go. When I said that's what we're doing, because yeah, normally I was like, oh my God, here we go. But we will probably do this again. This was fun. I'm looking forward to doing these little, Jessica got 3 out of 8. I love it. Love it. Melissa sent out 10, no responses yet. That's okay. Here's the biggest thing is that you sent out 10 messages. You asked. Even if you don't hear from any of those 10, even if all 10 of those people say no, the point is that you took action tonight. You said, you know what? You picked up the phone and you did something that you had not done prior to 8:20 p.m. tonight, and you asked. So if you don't get responses or these 10 people say no, guess what? We're just going to pick it up and we'll keep asking until we get yeses. But the point is with that is that you did it tonight. So
practice
that's still success. Huh?
I said, practice makes perfect. Yes. You got to keep practicing.
Yeah. Lauren got 5. It's crazy how, I mean, I feel like, gosh, we should do this every week, you know, because even the other night when I was on there and it was like, oh my gosh, normally, I mean, you know, we all get busy and the time flies by and it's like, oh crap, like I don't have any parties. What do I do? Da, 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 you know? And so it's just, yeah, I mean, 20 minutes. That's what we did. Okay. Anybody have any questions? Okay. So keep us all posted on your results. Keep going. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Go join the monthly movement. I'm excited for you guys to see what this does. Last year it did incredible things. I mean, seriously, the growth of Scentsy itself, entire home office, like this is pretty much what they contributed to. Like this was the start of it. And it's insane. There are companies that are out there and they're like, yeah, we're really growing. And it's like, oh yeah, we're up 20%, which is great. But Scentsy up like hundreds of percents. And I'm not saying that to like, it's just insane. It's mind blowing. And it's a blessing that we get to be a part of it. So make sure you're on that page. We're going to continue this. We will be in close contact minimum for these next 30 some days while we do this. But I promise you guys, if you stay committed to it, write it down, put it on your phone, and stay committed to this for the next 30 days. I promise you're going to see results in your business. Promise, 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 promise. Okay. So I'm going to let you guys go, and we will meet back here same day, same time next Tuesday. I don't remember what the topic is, but I'm sure that it will be great. And keep us posted on your results. But I just want to thank you guys for hanging out with us, and I love you guys. Have a good night.
Good night.
Bye.